So Cobra Kai Season 4 has recently came out and I have binge watched the entire season within a couple of days. 10 episodes, got absolutely obsessed to the point where I started dreaming about Cobra Kai. It was just non-stop. Me, Tori, Miguel, Sam, I can't remember anyone else I don't think, went to see No Way Home at the cinema. And I remember I was trying to get with Tori because I actually kind of fancy her a little bit, not gonna lie. And that sort of got taken into my dream last night. And this was last night, by the way. Literally just got out of it there now. But so I remember we did that. I ended up going to the bathroom and there was a cleaner there. And she was like telling me which stall to use. And then she like was talking to me as I was taking a waz. And that was interesting. And then I remember there was a part where we left the cinema and there was either coyotes or hyenas. And we pretty much were walking through the forest. We saw these coyotes or hyenas, but we stayed still so that they wouldn't chase us. I don't know if that's actually a thing or that was just in my dream, but if you stay still, the coyote will not attack. But then Miguel, of all people, panicked and was running around getting chased by one of them, like in the distance from where I was. But anyways, we're not here to talk about my dreams about Cobra Kai. We are here to talk about Hawk, a very, very key character from Cobra Kai. We're going to be covering his whole transition from just this nerdy, shy loser kid to the All Valley champion. So let's take it back to season 1 when Eli first stood up to Johnny Lawrence. Johnny was taking the piss out of him when he first joined Cobra Kai, calling him lip, you know, being very brutal about his scar on his lip. And Eli was very shocked by this and didn't really know what to do until a point in episode 6 where Eli finally stepped up to Johnny.
Could you please not call me that?
Excuse me, what?
I said, could you please not call me that?
I'll warm him up, Sensei.
No. Lip has something he wants to say. It's all right, speak up, Lip. Or is your tongue messed up too? Are you one of those challenged kids?
Well, the doctor said I could be on the spectrum.
I don't know what that is, but get off it pronto.
And this was the first time we saw Eli show any kahoonies, you know what I mean? So we were kind of surprised by this, but we were like, okay, there you go. There's some inner strength coming out. But even after he stands up to him, Johnny still lays a smackdown on him, and Eli still gets hurt by Johnny's words. And Eli ends up quitting Cobra Kai. He walks out very upset, and he, you know, it's looking like he's just given up, pretty much.
Oh, great, really? Another quitter?
But surprisingly enough, Eli did return to Cobra Kai a while later with a whole new look, and this was the birth of Hawk.
Welcome to Cobra Kai.
Eli, what happened?
I'm flipping the script.
Wait, you the kid with the lip? Nice cut, bro.
So it turns out that he actually used what Johnny said to motivate him instead of getting upset, and he is ready to conquer karate. Then we see the revealing of Hawk's tattoo, which would later become infamous and a symbol of his transition from a nerd to a tough guy. That Hawk tattoo literally is the mark of a beast.
I know a guy. Just hook me up with this bad boy.
Oh, shit. That is badass.
Right? 14 hours in the chair.
And it literally was from this point onwards, when he got the tattoo, when he got his new haircut, that he just became a beast. He started getting all his confidence and he was kicking people's asses left, right and centre, no problem. So let's talk about the first All Valley Championship of Cobra Kai, which was in season 1, I believe. Hawk actually got himself disqualified from the All Valley tournament after kicking Robbie when his back was turned.
Leaving early to fix that stupid haircut?
Illegal contact, you're disqualified. Bullshit.
Now this showed us that Hawk had changed from a respectful fighter to a disrespectful fighter. It showed us that Cobra Kai really changed who he is and what his characteristics are, you know, how he will fight, and that is that he will fight dirty. It was good to see him get all this confidence, but he really did just turn into a bully. That's just how, to put it plain and simple, he was a bully. And I guess like that feeling of dominance just took over him, because he was like, holy shit, I am Hawk and I can destroy anyone. And for someone to go from a nerd and someone who was very shy, like he couldn't fight anyone, didn't want to get into any trouble with anyone, to this new version of himself, he must have just felt like fucking king of the fucking castle, you know what I mean? So let's move on now to season 2, when Hawk loses a brawl, which is the first time we saw Hawk lose any sort of karate situation. So him and his teammates lost this brawl to Miyagi-Do in the mall, which was the first time that we saw Hawk get dropped. Robbie caught him with a clean mid-air counter and Hawk was out for the count. This was interesting as well because they were literally having this brawl in the middle of the mall and everyone was just standing around watching. And I'm just like, where is security in this situation? Like, what is going on here? All these kids are just absolutely beating the hell out of each other and this is just considered normal, is it? It's considered normal? And soon after the brawl, Hawk's girlfriend breaks up with him because she sees him as a bully and is not impressed with the man he has become, with the man she sees before her. Now, in my opinion, this is a turning point for Hawk in the entire show. This is when, like before he was a bully and he was a good fighter, but this is when he just becomes an absolute machine, an unstoppable force. So we see the rage in his eyes as he walks intensely towards the boxing bag and absolutely unloads onto it. Everything he's got inside of him just... Further on into season 2, we see that Hawk ends up getting himself into a fight with Miguel, his former best friend. Now what's this all about? Well, this shows us that Hawk does not care who stands in his way. He will beat the shit out of anyone. Miguel also saw Hawk as a bully, just like everyone else at this point. And Miguel ended up beating him in this fight as well. So yeah, I mean, Miguel is a bit of a beast himself. And that is the second time we saw Hawk lose. Yes, maybe he's starting to get put in his place a little bit, you know, get that confidence knocked down a little bit. I think that's what he needed as well. So let's move on now to season 3, episode 5 in particular, when Hawk fights Dimitri. He did have a brawl with Dimitri before at the end of season 2 and he lost to Dimitri. It was only a little bit of a scuffle in the school, but Dimitri still beat him, so yet again it's another loss for Hawk, and this has to be a wake-up call. But for this fight with Dimitri, Hawk beat him. And he didn't just beat him, he went on to finish Dimitri and he broke his arm. So Dimitri let out these wails of pain. But this is interesting because at this point we see that Hawk is looking at Dimitri and you can see in his eyes that he knows what he is doing is very wrong. Like, he just broke his best friend's arm. What is going on inside your head?
This isn't over, Luiso.
Further on into season 3, Hawk's former bullies show up and join Cobra Kai, Kyler being the ringleader of these bullies. But Hawk absolutely destroys one of them with relentless punches over and over and over and over again. It's like all the bad memories of him getting bullied by these people just come back in that very moment as he has one of the bullies by the scruff of the neck. Well, he actually just had him on the ground. Hagrid? And he just punches over and over and over again, and that must feel so good. Someone that you despise, someone that has been taking the piss out of you for years, you just have them right where you want them, and you're just relentlessly dash, dash, dash. Oh, that's what Cobra Kai's all about. No mercy. Alright, so now we move to the house party brawl from episode 10 in season 3. This was an interesting one for sure, okay. This is the moment where we see Hawk turn from a bad guy to a good guy, in my opinion. Well, in everyone's opinions, like, this just was the moment. This was a turning point where Hawk was like, I'm a bad person, I'm sorry, I need to fix my wrongs, my sins, I need to cleanse my sins, my soul, and he needs to, you know, become a good guy again and become who he truly was meant to be, a respectful karate warrior. So after Hawk realizes what he has done, he actually takes out his own teammates to save Dimitri, and then from then on, Hawk and Dimitri team up to finish the fight, which was just amazing to see. Alright, so now we move into the most recent season, season 4, and this was episode 5, when Cobra Kai ambushed Hawk at the tattoo parlor. We don't know what happened until he actually returns to Miyagi-Do. We didn't actually see anything on camera. So they just get him all tied up. Robbie gets these little cutting things, you know, a little scalper or some scissors or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. I don't even know what it was, mate. It was just something sharp. And then that's when the scene cuts. So I'm in there thinking like, oh, are they going to cut him up? Are they going to like stab him? What's this going to be? I don't know. Because this version of Cobra Kai now is just relentless. After Hawk left and, you know, I guess betrayed Cobra Kai in a way, even though it was for the right decision, because Cobra Kai being run by Sensei Kreese and Sensei Silver is just absolute pandemonium, and they just are the ultimate heels at this point. Cobra Kai, they're the scariest dojo, but they are just bad people as well, you know, and these kids' minds are getting, you know, bollocksed up by these senseis. So the next time we see Hawk is when he returns to Miyagi-Do and reveals that Cobra Kai messed up his hair and cut his mohawk. My jaw dropped when I saw this. I mean, this was just... I never saw this coming. I guess it wouldn't have been nice for them to have stabbed Hawk. That would have been a bit ridiculous because they could have killed him. But cutting his hair was definitely a good alternative to get their revenge on him, I guess. And it's at this moment when we see the face that we saw in season 1 when Hawk was just Eli. That same, like, scared, no confidence face on him. Like, you could just instantly link that face back to season 1. Which is great acting from Jacob Bertrand, the guy who's playing Hawk. Like, he really just knows how to snap from Hawk to Eli and Eli to Hawk. And this ended up causing Hawk to quit karate altogether. So not only did he leave Cobra Kai, he joined Miyagi-Do, you know, tried to, you know, fight in the good way, in the Miyagi-Do way. But after that, Hawk got cut off and his hair got ruined. He was truly done with karate, which just confirmed to us that Hawk meant so much to him. Like, all of his confidence pretty much came from his hairstyle, which isn't a great thing, you know. Like, I really thought, I knew the Hawk was like a symbol of confidence, but I thought he still had it all inside him. I didn't think that all of his confidence was with the hair, but when the hair went, so did he. He just went back to Eli and he was done. He was just this shy kid once again that we saw in season 1 that just didn't want any involvement with anyone.
Miyagi-Do needs you.
I'm not going back to Miyagi-Do.
That's just great. You're choosing Eagle Fang over your best friend.
I'm not going back to Eagle Fang either, alright? I'm done with karate, man.
However, all was not forsaken. All was not bean-boozled, because Hawk did return to Miyagi-Do because he realised that he has a purpose in karate, and especially in Miyagi-Do. He wants to go out there and show the world that he is a good fighter and a respectful fighter. So let's move on to the end of this video, where it's all about the All Valley tournament. This is the second one that we've seen in Cobra Kai. The first one, Hawk did get disqualified, as I said before, in his match against Robbie Keane. And now, let's go over what happened in this tournament. So Hawk starts off in a pretty bad fashion because he missed the kick of the last board that was held up for him when they were showcasing their moves before actually fighting anyone. So he was disappointed with himself there. He felt like he let down Miyagi-Do in the first round, I guess, or whatever it is. And next up, he had his qualification match to see if he got to the quarterfinals of the competition. And he did struggle with this match. He lost a couple points. I don't know how many points it is to win, by the way, but, you know, his opponent got maybe 1 or 2 points on him, but Hawk still got the job done and got the win. So that was good. You know, he got the win, but he definitely struggled with it. So again, we're seeing that maybe his confidence isn't all there, you know? Like, yes, he came back, but him losing his Hawk might have just finished him. But just as we think that his confidence is gone, the quarterfinal match comes up and he goes against Kyler from Cobra Kai, the ultimate bully that Eli once had to deal with. Now he stares him down in the middle of the ring. And he absolutely destroys him as well. This was great. because this really showed us that his confidence is back. Yes, he struggled with the first 2 rounds in this competition, but the quarterfinal match, he just absolutely destroyed Kyler like it was nothing, putting his lights out for good. Hopefully shutting that bitch ass up. I mean, I actually like Kyler though, because he makes for a very good heel. You know, I hated him in season 1 when he was just a bully, but now that he's part of Cobra Kai, like, now he's cool, you know? Yes, he's still a dickhead, but like, he's a better dickhead than what he was before. It's better to be a champion and a dickhead rather than just a bully and a dickhead. And yes, Kyler didn't win, so he's not a champion, but he's still, you know, him being in Cobra Kai, he's a good fighter, so there's respect there. So then we move to the semi-final where Hawk ends up beating Miguel, but only due to injury. Yes, that is safe for my video on Miguel, but Miguel did get injured and he had to sit out the competition, so he was out in the semi-final, which meant that Hawk got, well, I should actually start saying Eli, because with this competition, Hawk was just Eli. Since he didn't have the Hawk anymore, he was called Eli in the competition because that is his name. Like, this is just the rise of Eli. It just is. Hawk is just a confidence booster. It's a nickname. It's nothing too significant. Eli is the person behind that Hawk. So then we move to the final of the All Valley tournament, and Robbie Keane is the one to go up against Hawk. This was one of the best fights. In fact, I would say this is the best fight of the entire show. It was definitely the longest. Well, actually, I'm not too sure if this was the longest fight or Samantha and Tori's fight from the same tournament was the longest. Those 2 fights just went on for ages, and I was so hooked, like seeing all these different moves. Who's going to connect? Who's going to block? Who's going to get the points? So after a long, tough fight with Robbie, Eli got the job done and he won the All Valley tournament, which was just amazing to see. It really was the ultimate redemption story for Eli. After losing his confidence, after losing the Hawk, he showed that he's not going to back down. That's that inner Cobra Kai in him coming out, you know. Even though he is with Miyagi though now, he had that bit of Cobra Kai in him, so he came back stronger than ever before, and he got the job done in tremendous fashion by beating Robbie to win the tournament. Now, Tori beat Sam in her final, and when all the wins got added up, Cobra Kai had the most, so overall Cobra Kai won the tournament, but at least Hawk still won. Well, at least Eli Moskowitz, I don't know what his second name actually is. Something like that. Moskowitz, you know, something like that. It's a bit complicated. Anyway, Eli won the All Valley tournament, so he still is like the champion in our minds. Alright. Cobra Kai, yes, he won overall, but only by a fucking shit rigged decision. Because Terry Silver bloody paid the referee. But anyways, that is it for the story, the redemption story of Eli and Cobra Kai, going from season 1 to season 4, the complete full coverage of how he turned into such a nasty piece of work in Cobra Kai, and then redeemed himself massively by joining Miyagi-Do and becoming the All Valley champion in a respectful way. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you drop a like on the video for me, subscribe if you're new for more Cobra Kai content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.